This is the community analysis of Palm Bay, Florida by Kimberly Schaefer and Stephanie McGlashan. In this community analysis, we will discuss the historical overview of which the community was built, the structure, population, environment, health-related resources, government and public policy of which this community thrives on, prioritize community problems, and global community issues. This community wasn't always called Palm Bay. In fact, it was originally called the Tillman. In 1887, early settlers established themselves at the opening of Turkey Creek. In 1925, the residents of the community decided to petition to change the name to Palm Bay to portray the delightful town. By 1963, U.S. Route 1 is finished. This becomes the major highway connecting towns from north to south. It is known for its scenic views along the Indian River. In 1967, Radiation Inc. is established. Today, the company is known as the Harris Corporation. Harris then grows to be one of Florida's largest employers with approximately 3,000 employees. In the 1990s, Palm Bay becomes the most populated city in Brevard County. To this day, Palm Bay continues to grow in population, being the second largest city in Central Florida and the largest city in Brevard County. Only about 30% of Palm Bay is built out, which leaves plenty of room for growth and development. Today, Palm Bay is 65.70 square miles of land, 3.14 square miles of water, and home to 114,194 residents. Palm Bay is considered the bass fishing capital. Bass fishermen come from all over to fish these waters. Palm Bay is also known for its kayaking adventures. It has about 29 city parks which feature many amenities. Kayaking down the Turkey Creek is popular, as well as biking the trails the sanctuary has to offer. Hikers can hike a separate trail that has many outposts on the waterway. As Palm Bay continues to grow and develop into a beautiful place, they are sure to keep the history and authenticity of places like these. There are a total of 44,037 housing units in Palm Bay. Of these housing units, there are single-family homes, duplexes, apartments, multiple gated communities in the area, and a few of those are 55 and older. These housing units adequately meet the needs of the community as well as meet the needs when snowbirds arrive. The city offers services to meet the needs of low-income individuals. There is low-income housing such as HUD and Section 8. These housing sections are based off the individual's income. There are programs for low to moderate income families such as Community Development Block Grant, State Housing Initiative Partnership, and Home Investment Partnership. These programs have the funds, loans, and grants to help people get a suitable living environment. There are many elementary schools located within the city limits, both public and private. There are a few public and private middle schools and a few public high schools. To go to a private high school, students will have to travel outside the city limits to attend. There are two public libraries, Franklin T. DeGroot and Palm Bay Library. Both of these libraries have many amenities such as computers, meeting and study rooms, and learning clubs for children. Palm Bay offers a number of parks and recreational centers. These parks and centers have many amenities for its residents, such as outdoor activities, including baseball fields, basketball courts, playgrounds, pavilions with grills and picnic tables, football fields, skate parks, soccer fields, biking, hiking, and jogging trails, beach and river access, fishing, kayak and canoe launches. For those hot days in the summer, the Palm Bay community has an aquatic center. Some recreational centers have indoor activities such as a basketball gymnasium, weight room, locker rooms with saunas, and fitness classes. All parks in the communities are free to the residents, and the recreational centers have a small fee for access. Most of these parks and recreation centers, if not all, are handicap accessible. If we look at the population of Palm Bay in age brackets, children 14 years and younger have the highest in population at 18.49% compared to Florida, where individuals 65 and older have the highest population at 18.17%. The majority of the population, both the Palm Bay community and statewide, is the Caucasian race. Majority of the Palm Bay community is employed at 74.52%. This is a great percentage because it shows that Palm Bay is a working community. Majority of the community have some college or an associate level degree at 37.56%, whereas only 5.32% of the community have a master's degree or higher. Most of the community have some type of education after high school. As discussed earlier, the Palm Bay community has 29 total parks and 4 recreational centers. The community has 1 police department. The police department is responsible for multiple functions within Palm Bay and the surrounding areas for all crime and traffic related investigations and services. This includes personal crimes, domestic violence, property crimes, special operations, and evidence related crimes. The police department has a number of community programs such as Citizens Academy, self-defense classes, and multiple presentations on important issues like human trafficking, crime in America, homeland security, neighborhood watch, and domestic violence. Palm Bay has a total of 8 fire departments. They are all ACLS certified. They answer all types of calls such as miscellaneous fires, commercial fire alarms, transformer and pole fires, and vehicle fires. Palm Bay has a whole team of sanitation workers that work to pick up trash and recycling, that work in the plants for water supply and distribution, and that work in the vector control programs.
Palm Bay Hospital is the city's only hospital which serves the general population. Health services included, but are not limited to, intensive care, emergency, surgery, rehabilitation, endoscopy services, and more. Palm Bay Hospital accepts most insurances as well as self-pay patients. There are 2 walk-in urgent care clinics where residents can seek services for urgent medical conditions, x-rays, lab work, STD testing, sports physicals, spray and strains, and cold and flu treatments. These clinics accept most insurances and self-pay patients. For the geriatric population, there's Life Care Center of Palm Bay, which serves as a skilled nursing and rehabilitation center. The City of Palm Bay operates under a council-manager governing system. Officials are elected and form a council and work together with a government manager that manages public services. The elected mayor works with 4 council members that make up City Council and the Legislative Office of Government, which includes City Manager, City Clerk, and City Attorney. The city charter and city ordinances can be found on the city website, as well as all contact information for government members. Residents can view and listen to City Hall meetings from the city website or read about the discussion from the meeting minutes. The City of Palm Bay is the largest populated city in Brevard County, with only 1 hospital and 2 healthcare clinics for the entire city. Providing accessible healthcare to this large population is a major community problem. The closest major hospital is in Melbourne. Although Palm Bay and Melbourne are neighboring cities, transportation for some residents is not always feasible, causing residents to delay their healthcare needs until more serious problems arise. Delays in care tend to be costlier for patients and hospitals. According to Florida Health Charts, the main causes of death for residents of Palm Bay were heart disease and cancer. Heart disease and cancer caused nearly 44% of the deaths in the city. Tobacco use and obesity were the major underlying risk factors for heart disease and cancer, and this can be attributed to the large amounts of people smoking and making unhealthy food choices at fast food restaurants. There are safety concerns that are a major community problem in Palm Bay. Major roadways such as Palm Bay Road and Malabar Road are very busy roads, however lack enough sidewalks or bike paths for residents. There are sidewalks, but they do not run the length of these roadways, especially major congested intersections. The City of Palm Bay lacks a county health department that provides services for women, infants, and children, or a WIC department. The nearest WIC program office is in the neighboring city of Melbourne. As mentioned earlier, Palm Bay is the most populated city in the county, and women must travel to Melbourne for WIC services. WIC is a program that serves nutritional needs of pregnant, breastfeeding women infants and children under the age of 5. This is problematic because this population may not meet their nutritional needs, causing growth and developmental problems. As cost of living goes up and job availability is limited, affordable housing has become a problem for Palm Bay residents. Rent, which was once considered cheap in the city, has now become quite expensive, increasing the number of homeless individuals and families. There are very limited homeless shelters for the community of Palm Bay. Many have to seek shelter in neighboring cities like Melbourne. Access to health care is a global community issue for many individuals and families because of lack of resources and affordability. Access to health care is important for all because it helps promote and maintain health, prevent and manage disease that can cause disability or death. Good health improves an individual's overall well-being and quality of life. As nurses, we can help by getting out and exploring vulnerable communities and identifying root causes for limited healthcare access. Nurses can help set up mobile health clinics to serve the community and help those that cannot travel to distant hospitals.